When I mean Yoruba, I'm talking about beyond Nigeria as a whole. I'm talking about the Yoruba-speaking world. Just the way we have the German-speaking world, just the way we have the French-speaking world, just the way we have the Jewish world, we also have the Yoruba world. The Yoruba world transcends from West Africa into North America, into the Caribbean, and into South America. That is where we have the Yoruba world. Now we are all over Europe, we are all over Asia, and we are also in the Oceania continent. That is the Yoruba world. Today is going to be a wonderful day because for the past 1 week, there's a particular burning issue that has shaken the Nigerian social media space. A lot of people are happy. A lot of people are angry. Threats are flying left, right, and center. A lot of people are even thinking, oh, this will be the end of Tinubu. This will make Tinubu get destroyed. You know, a lot of people think, oh, this will shame the Yoruba people. We've seen threats, even some Arewa supremacists, Arewa nationalists, saying that they are going to secede from Nigeria. Anyway, that's not the first time they've made that threat. They made a threat in the 1950s when they said they are going to go and form their own Islamic Republic of Northern Nigeria. They also made a threat after the 1966 counter coup when they were shouting Araba, 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 meaning divide it, divide it, divide it. So the threat of secession did not start in 2014, or some people think IPOB or Biafra started secession. No. People like Muritala Muhammad were former secessionists. I'm going to say that here openly. They were people who supported secessionist ideology, that they wanted to take Arewa out of Nigeria in order to protect the interests of Arewa. So it's so funny when some people now start acting as the alpha and omega of patriotism on the Nigerian, when we talk about Nigeria. So the only people that have actually not floated the secessionist ideology out of the three Wasobias are the Yoruba people. And that's why a lot of people feel, some people don't take us serious. People think people can come around and start using our space and our lands and our people to build their own empire within the Nigerian equation. So today we are going to talk about taxation, tax, the Adubi War, and the American Revolution. We all know why a lot of people what happened during the week about value-added tax, VAT, that the federal government wanted to say, look, we cannot run Nigeria like a colonial plantation. We cannot have a Nigeria where some part of Nigeria believes the rest of us are slaves, are serfs. So the taxes, the way they've been able to construct Nigeria in a way where they've been able to create laws, states, local governments, during the era of the military as the foundations, as the basic units of our federation, in order to take more resources in terms of taxes, mineral resources, political power, and concentrate it to themselves at the expense of everyone. And anybody who challenges that is accused of bigotry, is accused of being not patriotic. Let me say this here for the record. If anybody stands up today and say the way Nigeria is structured as regards to resource distribution and taxes is enough to start, and he wants to start a self-determination movement to get out of Nigeria, especially from the south and the southwest, it is highly justifiable. I say it here, you can put it on record. Highly justifiable. That's why we are going to talk about history today. Because what you have in Nigeria is an abnormality. What you have in Nigeria should not take place in a country that says it wants to be great. If Nigeria has this kind of a structure, Nigeria can never be great. So let's talk about tax. Tax simply, I'm not going to go into a lot of technical jargons today to explain what tax is all about. Tax is a levy that is imposed on individuals or corporations or businesses by a government in order to derive revenue to run the government. It's a levy. And the history of tax is almost as old as human civilization. And the tax system, it is as the strength of your tax system, the robustness of your tax system, the ability of you for you to be able to get taxes, to have a tax system, actually determines your economic productivity and your economic power. The greatest empires of old had one of the best taxing systems. When we talk about the Roman Empire had one of the best tax systems. And people actually think Roman Empire was all about military power, was all about the sword, the formations, the gladiators. No. The Roman Empire had one of the best tax systems. That's why for people here, you know a little bit about the Bible. You knew about Matthew, the tax collector, who later became one of the apostles of Jesus. So it was because he was collecting taxes, he was a tax collector. People hated tax collectors because, especially in an empire, when the place is being conquered, the people are taxed and money is collected from those places in order to fund the military power and strength of Rome. So that is the history. So if you go to, and also in the Islamic world, especially in the Ottoman Empire, there were taxes, different taxes. In fact, the Islamic world had one of the best tax systems. The Islamic civilizations of the Middle East, Central Europe, North Africa had one of the best tax systems in the world. So this is just academics. I'm not here to promote one religion or one civilization or the other. And the tax is really differs. For instance, in the Ottoman Empire, the taxes Muslims paid was very different from the taxes non-Muslims paid, especially the Christians and the Jews. So the taxes the Muslims paid, the non-Muslims paid, especially the Christians and the Jews who refused to convert to Islam, was called the jizya tax. So if you don't want to get that tax, you have to convert. So tax is different. The taxes is not just a tax. It's political. It's not just a form of economic venture. It's also quite highly political. And the issue of taxes has created wars all across the world. It has created revolutions. It has created war. It has led to bloody chaos all across the world, across different continents. So, tax is not just tax. Taxes has the ability to lead to wars, even more than mineral resources. Because between 1900 to 1960, the Aba Women's Riot, the Adubi War, and the Egba Women Revolt was due to tax. The Agbekoya War was also an issue of tax. So tax issues, if it is not well properly handled, has the ability to lead to a big conflagration. So what I mean, conflagration, especially within Nigeria. Nigeria is not properly structured. And the way Nigeria is structured, it does not promote productivity. Nigeria does not appreciate productivity. Nigeria does not appreciate meritocracy amongst its federating units. Because what has happened is that some people from a particular part of the country created a system that treated the rest of Nigeria as conquered people. So they first started with the allocation of resources from minerals, solid minerals, from mineral resources, especially oil and gas. So the allocation of the oil and gas actually was due to population sizes, was due to local government, was due to land mass. That was what they used. It doesn't matter what you bring to the table. It doesn't matter what you are adding. It doesn't matter maybe your places, you are building economy, you are building industries. Doesn't matter. It's just like some people believe, some people have been able, if they had other things, some people created the revenue sharing system to favor their own people. So let me now go back to what taxation. So taxation is the system of collecting tax. So what we've been talking about is VAT. VAT is tax based on consumption. It's a consumption tax.